What's going on, everybody? It's LtBuzzLitebeer, and welcome back to another Division 2 upload. And as promised, I am here to review over the title update 12.1 patch notes that went live just a bit earlier today. Now, this is not going to be a long video because there are very few items to review, but as usual, I will review them and provide my feedback. But before we get started, if you haven't yet done so, please take just a moment to smash that sub button for intensive Division content, and don't forget to ring the bell to never miss a future upload notification. You can also really help out the channel by watching this entire video, rating and sharing the video, and of course, leaving a comment. Okay, let's get this one going. Okay, as per my normal review method, I've now jumped over directly to the actual patch notes themselves, which are posted over on the Ubi forums, and in case you want to take a look at them, I'm going to include a link to these in the video description. Thanks to Ubi Lucipus, these were posted a few hours ago. Title Update 12.1 patch notes. They're not very long. I'm going to go through these, but there's a lot of little nuances built in, and we need to talk about those in just a moment. I'll be back to this picture in just a moment as well. New apparel event, Resident Evil. Raccoon City has sent their best and brightest to answer the call in DC and New York City. Remember in the original trailer, it had the Warlords of New York logo on it. I guess a lot of people speculated that it was just going to be in New York. It is not. So apparently we're just going to have to run around and complete these daily and weekly projects both in DC and New York City in order to get these apparel event items. This unique crossover apparel event launches alongside the newly revamped Reanimate global event. Remember, again, this was going to be paired up. Reanimate was going to be paired up with Kenley College, and apparently a reimagined arena, and this was going to be the basis for Codename Nightmare. Now, we don't know how far it was going to be taken, how intense Reanimated global event was going to be. Obviously, with Resident Evil, there was a lot of speculation, and I speculated too. It was going to be something, if not full-on zombies, something very close to it, because obviously Resident Evil has a lot to do with zombies, although you're fighting the Umbrella Corporation quite a bit in there to kind of stave off their research and their methods. But anyway, there it is. They will talk briefly about Reanimated global event just a little bit. Now, here's something that's a little different. I'm going to highlight this one, so pay attention to this one. In addition to the wonderful outfits available through apparel keys, remember, the way it normally works is you rank up, I think it's 3 times. You get a cache, you get a key, you open it, you get one piece of one of these stars outfits. I think once you finally complete the entire outfit, then you're probably going to get one piece of Hunk's outfit. Once you complete all the outfits, you get all of Hunk's pieces, and then you can dress up like him from, I think, Resident Evil 2. But here's where it's a little different. Agents also get the opportunity to collect 7 new backpack trophies and 4 new patches celebrating Resident Evil. So this is quite a bit different than what we're used to seeing. So then it explains it down here. To get the patches and trophies, the level 40 BOO, that's the base of operations, daily projects have been replaced with STARS support and STARS assault projects. Just think of it as like a daily rotation for kind of like if you were to go into Summit, and then you have like the Ascent challenges, and then you have those, those different, this is kind of like everything that you're used to with Summit, but on a daily basis, so you have to go complete these. So level 40 BOO daily projects have been replaced with STARS support and STARS assault projects. One of these projects will be available each day, and each will reward 2 new patches or trophies each day they are completed until the full set has been collected. So, and each will reward 2 new patches or trophies. Now keep in mind, look up there, there's only 11 of them. So 7 new trophies and 4 new patches. And each time you complete one of these projects, you get 2 of them. It's either 2 patches or 2 trophies or 1 and 1. So I imagine these are going to go pretty quickly. Up here on the picture again, I said I would jump up here. Nothing out of the ordinary. Raccoon Police Department. We're used to seeing that. That looks like the T-Virus cosmetic item hanging off the backpack there. I don't see anything really out of the ordinary with weaponry or anything like that. That's a Disseros over there. So yeah, it just looks like, obviously, like I said in previous videos, a straight up vanity event. I don't see really any big differences. You do get a login reward. You do get this outfit just by logging in between February 2nd through 15th. Down here it mentions 4K 60 FPS support for Xbox Series X and S and PlayStation 5. No mention on here. Do you have to actually go and toggle up the download? Will it automatically download? But for you console players on Xbox Series X and S and PlayStation 5, check tomorrow if you don't have auto download for your updates. Set it up. I reached out to the team. I haven't heard back from them. I do not know the patch sizes as of yet. They may have posted while I'm making this video or sometime after this video. And if they do, I'll try and include it in like my little pinned comment underneath the video. But right now, I don't know how big it's going to be. I don't expect it to be very big. There's not a huge amount going on in here. Here in these two are the big items that are in this, and there's not a lot of write-up about them, but there's a lot said in here, and there's a lot we don't know. So let's cover them right now. Optimization station changes. Now, I covered this a little bit last week, but here they are. Reduced all optimization cost by 75%. Okay, so I don't know if this is like an aggregate total of 75% or if it's 75% per category. And what I mean in there is maybe they could have reduced, like if you're trying to update your backpack, maybe they reduced the backpack, weave materials, that first item, maybe they reduced that one by 85%, but then they only reduced the shade recal by, 68%. Yeah, I'm just making up numbers here. You understand what I'm saying? So in the end, the aggregate result is, hey, we got a 75% reduction, but maybe it's a little more heavily skewed to this and a little less skewed to that. We don't know that, but the overall result is they're reducing all optimization costs by 75%. And that's why I said in that last video I posted last week, save your materials, because as of tomorrow, you're going to be able to go pretty ham on a lot of the stuff that you wanted to optimize. Reduced all optimization material crafting recipes by 50%. What this means is when you go over to your crafting bench, and if you wanted to craft a shade recal cache or a backpack weave cache, you know what I'm saying, those have been also reduced by 50%. And normally those would require like printer filament or whatever they are. The materials. Anyway, the materials have all been reduced by 50%. This is extreme, okay? So what it says down here is, with this update, agents should be able to afford to optimize their weapons and gear about once an hour, whereas it was like once a week, or sometimes for, if you're a casual player, once a month. Once an hour. Though it may take up to 2 hours, though it may take up to 2 hours to gather all the resources necessary to optimize the final tier of many items. What it's referring to there is each time you optimize a specific attribute, the costs get higher and higher and higher for each optimization as you approach the end. So if you want to move from 5.6 to 6.2, it's cost less than if you want to take, like skill haste from 11.2 to 12%, that's going to cost you the most. Okay, so, but these have all been greatly reduced. Now, what it does not state in here, and we will have to find out tomorrow, is has there been a change to how many materials we receive each time we open one of those toolboxes or one of those materials boxes in the open world? We don't know that. So there could be something in there that's just not mentioned. I'm not saying that they've done it. I don't have any, previous knowledge about it. But in the past, we've kind of seen this. We've seen like a very gracious turn. And it's like, this is like extreme. But on the flip side, we've also seen, oh, by the way, when you used to open that materials box and you got the 6 of this and the 5 of this, well, we reduced it to now to 3 of this and 2 of that. So we don't know that yet. But if they leave it the way it is, where we're picking up all those materials each time we do it, and they reduced all the costs by this extreme amount, you're going to be able to optimize a lot of gear very quickly. All right, so moving on, this is the change to the reanimated global event. Okay, the green cloud produced by killing enemies with a headshot no longer harms agents. Remember, you used to pop those headshots and that, the cloud would form. If you ran through it, it was like running through poison. This cloud now heals agents and provides a significant boost to their firepower while standing within it. The green cloud continues to significantly harm enemies. So this is a complete change from what we're used to with Reanimate, where you had to stay away from those things because if you killed things too close to you with headshots, or, you know, basically just killed them too close to you and they, you know, emitted that green cloud, you were toast, especially up on the higher difficulties if you're taking incoming damage and you were trying to stay in cover and you were just covered in this cloud. So this global event plus Kenley College, I'm not saying Kenley College is part of this, but this plus Kenley College plus some sort of reimagination, you know, involving the Umbrella Corporation, involving Resident Evil, was supposed to be Codename Nightmare. It's now been turned into a vanity event with, I guess, some specific projects and things like that. There's also a list of bugs down here and bug fixes. I've been asked to cover these in the past, so I'm just going to go over them very quickly. They fixed an issue where gear sets would not correctly display which talents were required to be active for their chest and backpack talents to activate. I could see where that would be a problem. Fix an issue where Rigger would sometimes refresh, tend, and befriend incorrectly. I've seen and heard that. Fix an issue where Memento kill confirmed drops could come from friendly skills. That's an issue. Fix an issue where Memento buffs could last beyond death, which was both grim and ironic. Okay, so added text in there. Yeah, I've heard of that. Okay, fix an issue where directives in the LZ could multiply experience earned in the DZ. We've all heard about this. People were actually going, you know, 5 directives, hopping into the DZ, especially the Occupy DZ, and they were ranking up absurdly fast and gaining shade ranks through that. Apparently, that's going to be corrected as of tomorrow. Fix an issue where legendary Black Tusk would not count as Black Tusk for objectives in Leagues and Summit Challenge. I've seen this. This was highly annoying when we decided to run legendary missions. None of this counted towards any of the leagues. And obviously they are Black Tusk. They're just the elite Black Tusk, which are called the White Tusk. Anyway, removed objectives from the Skill Demotions Summit Challenge, which referred to the Fire Starter Kim Launcher and the Shrapnel Trap. These objectives were misbehaving and have been put in timeout. Fixed an issue where Vanguard and Perfect Vanguard granted their invulnerability to allies. Interesting. Fixed issue where Summit Combat Merit Commendation would display unusually in the commendations menu. I don't know what that is, but there you go. Fixed an issue where Merciless and Ruthless exotics would trigger a cosmetic explosion on the 7th stack in addition to really exploding on the first shot after. Man, the Merciless is, and the Ruthless, they've gone through so many changes, and man, I really liked that gun when it came out. It was ultra powerful, and then it turned into something else, and it just keeps morphing and morphing. It's constantly in a state of flux. Fix an issue where decoy skill would not refresh correctly if it was deployed when getting a headshot kill with the Mantis exotic. I've seen that. Fix an issue where other players on the league leaderboards would show your own shade level and point distribution. That's kind of weird. Fixed misaligned elbow pads when using specific apparel items. Excuse me. That's where it shows actually on your character model. They were kind of out in limbo, floating there. Fix an issue where the Summit Matchmaking tab is not grayed out for groups containing level 30 agents. Fix an issue where the audio cue doesn't trigger when killing the last enemy on floor 100 in the Summit. And fixed the Symptom Aggravator talent description. So there's the bugs right there. The big changes, optimizations, and everything is to do with that. Reanimate a global event. Now that cloud is helpful, not harmful. Log in somewhere between February 2nd and 15th to get this vanity item just, I guess, directly into your stash. We took a look at these. We understand what's going on. So if you're a level 40 agent, check your Boo Daily projects for Stars Support and Stars Assault projects. Finish those up. Every time you finish one of those, you're going to get 2 new patches or trophies. Right now, it's saying 7 new trophies and 4 new patches. That equals 11. So you should be able to finish this in 6 days, I guess, to get all the trophies and patches that your heart desires. Okay, and while I was recording this video hot off the presses, and thank you, Karina, better known as Ubilucipus, for getting this posted over in the Ubi forums, I reached out privately and said, hey, can we know exactly how big these patches are? Because I know some of you have to allocate on your hard drives or, you know, figure out how much download time it's going to take. Here it is. The servers will shut down for scheduled maintenance on Tuesday. That's tomorrow. Obviously, you can see what the times are. Estimated downtime is 3 hours. So they're going to need 3 hours to get everything in TU 12.1 up on live onto the servers. Maintenance notes. This is to implement title update 12.1 and marks the start of the Apparel event, Resident Evil. You can find the patch notes here, which that's the link back to the patch notes I've already covered. But here are the sizes. For Xbox One, 5.2 gigs. PS4 4.3 gigs, PC 5.1 gigs. Please follow this thread for any updates as the maintenance progresses. Again, thank you to Karina for posting this over there. So there you go. 5.2 on the box, 4.3 on PS4, and 5.1 on PC. And there you go. Before I end this one, please take just a second to smash the sub button and ring the notifications bell. If you liked the video, rate it with a thumbs up, if not with a thumbs down. Links to support my content creation include Patreon and Teespring, both in the video description. You can also follow me over on Twitch for weekly Division streams, and don't forget to follow me on Twitter for all my latest posts concerning most things gaming related. Until the next one, this is LtBuzzLitebeer, signing off.